Good morning to one and all gathered here. Welcome to our today's class and to an interesting topic, ethical hacking. Let's discuss something about this topic. We have two keywords here, one is ethical and another one is hacking. Ethical is somewhat related to positive and hacking is somewhat related to harm. So we combine both the positive as well as somewhat, not somewhat, it's a negative. We are combining both the things here. Right? How it is possible? How we are going to justify it? That's what we are going to discuss in our class. The first thing, ethical hacking comes under the category of security. So what is security? It is the degree of resistance to harm, or it is the degree of protection from harm. So harm, that is the part of theft. So we can also state the term security being free from danger or threat. So we have two important terms here. One is security and another one is protection. What is the actual difference here? Security and protection are extremely close concepts, though they are not same. Security measures are adapted to increase the level of protection. Let us take an example of our home. We have a security officer outside of our home who will be always protecting it. We'll be having pets like dogs. Even though we have security to protect our home, it's not that much level. In order to have a high-end security, we will lock all the doors and windows when we come out of our home, which gives us a satisfaction and a flexibility to trust that our home is secure. So, in order to protect our home, we have lock and keys, we have security officers, sometimes pets. These are considered to be the level of protection. The feeling of protection arises when one have enough security measure. So, security is a type of protection against external threat. We can't say protection is a type of security. Security is a type of protection. This is what we can justify. I hope the example suits for this difference. Now, we need to think the home example to a computer. A computer consists of many information which is somewhat sensitive, which is somewhat public. Let us assume tomorrow you have assessment. I have taken the question paper and I have it in my laptop. For example, I never have your question paper in my laptop. Okay, for assumption we have it in my laptop. If you gain access of my laptop, you get the question paper. Within a night you'll be studying all the questions and tomorrow you'll be getting something. Okay, it's good for you, but it is harm for me, where I can't test you whether you have learned or not. So the assessment becomes poor. It's a harm to me. So how to protect my system from you? So in this scenario, the person who gets access of my computer is a hacker. So hacker access the computer system and network without authorization, that is breaking the law. Then what does your ethical hacker does? So ethical hacker will test your computer whether it can be penetrated by getting the permission from the owner. So performs most of the same activities but with owner permission. That is considered to be more important here. And ethical hacker is employed by companies to perform penetration tests. So let us come back to the home example. So after getting locked, you may ask a security officer whether you can penetrate inside the home. If he so, then your security level is not up to the level of protection. So we need to increase the protection. So that's what comes into the part of system. So we have an ethical hacker who will be trying to penetrate into our system. If he does, then our system is not secure. So we need to increase the level of protection. And the next thing we are going to discuss about the types of hacker. Where comes your hacker? Where comes your ethical hacker? So we have three major types. The first type is white hat hacker, who is a good guy who don't use their skill for illegal purpose, computer security expert, and help to protect from black hat. Then, of course, black hat is who is a hacker, who is a bad guy, who use the skill maliciously for personal gain, hack banks, steal credit cards, deface the websites. It's all to gain money. Then we have a third important hacker who is a grey hat hacker. Based on the situation, he will behave as a white hat hacker or he will behave as a black hat hacker. It's all in the purpose of a national security, which we will cover at last of this course. You have to understand what it is. So whether hacking can be done within a single step, I can say it is a process. So we have a cyclic process which is suitable both for your hacker as well as ethical hacker. Ethical hacker also do the same process what your hacker does, but in a simulation environment. The first step we are going to discuss about in your hacking process is footprinting. Footprinting is nothing but gathering information about the target. Suppose you are considering my laptop as a target, you need to gather as much as information as possible. What kind of OS I'm working on it, what type of application, in what IP, what is the MAC address, what kind of network I'm using, what type of protocols we are following. All the sorts of information need to be gathered. As a hacker, after gathering information, using these information, he'll be trying out some possible vulnerabilities. What is vulnerability? It is a loophole in my laptop or system through which the attack can be performed. So, as an ethical hacker, he also gains all sorts of information and he will also try to identify the vulnerabilities, that is loopholes within our system. Then, whether all the loopholes will lead to an attack? The answer is no. So, we need to identify which type of vulnerabilities is used to gain access of the system in unauthorized manner. So that is exploiting the vulnerability. So as an ethical hacker, we need to identify what are the vulnerabilities or can be exploited. So through exploitation, the attack and gaining access can be happened. So as a hacker, it's a negative part. As an ethical hacker, if you find it, he will be providing you information that the level of protection is not enough. So the level of protection need to be increased. As a hacker, after gaining access and perform all kind of attacks, after gaining all kind of information, you'll be extracting the privilege, covering the track, and creating the backdoors in order to maintain the access. So then, if he can't maintain, again he starts from footprinting. If you identify vulnerabilities cannot be exploited, again start from footprinting. So it's a cyclic process for both the hacker as well as ethical hacker. So we have some tools, which is a popular tools used for printing. There is who.is, ping, traceroute, NS lookups for scanning and map, NSS, for enumeration, stat, TCP dump, telnet, firewall. These are the basic tools which we use for our lab purpose as well as for our real ethical hacker. We have many advanced tools, but we will be learning these basic tools, which is a fundamental to analyze the process. We have some of the famous hackers. who are they? The first person, gigantic person, is Ian Murphy, and he is a Kevin McNick. Yeah, of course, it's Johan Regius, and he is a Linus Torvald, Mark Cabin, and Robert Morris. So, when solving problems, dig at the roots instead of just hacking at the roots. So hacking at the leaves, it's not a good one through which you can't perform anything in a valid manner. If you start from root, you can learn everything. So you all need to be an ethical hacker who need to be a security professional in order to give a protection. So these are the basic things what I need to convey to you in our today's class. I hope it is helpful for you through which we can start our assignment. Okay, good luck.